Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healings. I'm Summer Evelyn, and I am glad that you are here. So, week 2 of actually going live when I posted. So, I'm hoping that means it's going to be just an entirely tech problem-free evening, but we shall see. But yes, so it's Thursday. Got another snowstorm that is just starting. I have never, ever, ever experienced a May so cold and so snowy. Usually by now we've got grass and it's starting to green up a bit. Not this year. But I guess that's how it is. So let me know how you are doing. At 10 minutes after, we will start with our first healing pulse. And then after that, we will work on some individual healing. We'll also do a bit of group work. We'll do more healing pulses. And we'll do positive emotions, my favorite. And then we'll do aura strengthening. And then at the end of the evening, then I'll pull some oracle cards for anyone who is still there. So, but we focus on healing first since that is the most important thing. Oh, there is Mary. It's knowing where Mary is too. Yep. Just a beautiful spring day, Mary. So, my little cat Rudy loves this certain kind of grass, and it's starting to sprout a little bit next to the house where the snow has melted. But for the most part, it's very hard to find. So he's out there looking for this certain grass. And so I found a few little strands, but he might have to wait a little bit longer. Oh, and there is Anne-Marie. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Hope you are well. So tonight I pulled a card as a theme for the group. So this is Raise Your Vibration Oracle cards. So this is our theme for tonight. Oh, and there's Marina. Welcome, Marina. And so in another couple minutes, we'll start with our first healing pulse. And then we're going to talk about this card. So this is the theme for the group. So it probably doesn't apply to everyone. Let me get a percent. %80 of you, though, this applies for. So it's called Shift Your Perspective. So I think after the healing pulse, I'll talk a little bit about what the meaning of this card is. So yes, 80% of you here now or watching the replay, this will resonate with. So, and then I will do more individual oracle cards after the healing is done. Oh, and there's Victoria. Welcome. Mary's excited about the snow. Oh, and there is Robin. Welcome, Robin. We've got another moment. We will be starting the healing pulse. I've got my book out. I haven't looked at my papers to figure out which tools we're using, but let me just see. So today, March 30th, is show number 137. That's sort of a crazy number. 137. Can't believe there's only one more day left in March. It feels like February outside. And there is Misty. Welcome, Misty. And we are going to start with our first healing pulse of the night. So with this, think about where you want to receive the energy and rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to feel it. Imagine my hands on yours. And here's the most important part. Be open and allowing the energy to flow. And so I'm starting to send the energy. With each breath in, the healing will go a little deeper, a little further. With each breath out, you are releasing what does not serve you. Sissy, you are exactly in the right place. So good job. So jump in for our first healing pulse. So a number of you will feel this. There will be some that won't. But it's one of those trusts that eventually you will. Okay. So that was our first healing pulse of the night. I hope it helped you. Let me know how you're doing. So we're going to talk a little bit about the theme for tonight, which is shift your perspective. So, as I said before the healing pulse, 80% of people tonight and watching the replay will resonate with the theme for tonight, which is shift your perspective. So perspective is a way of seeing and interpreting something. It's a point of view. When you receive this card, it is an opportunity to learn about your perspective. The universe is guiding you to recognize that it is limiting your capacity to see the bigger picture. Sometimes the ego or mind can play tricks and our perception can be faulty. If you are being challenged at the moment or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life, there's a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. Take a moment to step back. Ask yourself if you can see your situation from another point of view. Ignore your ego. The ego is the inner voice that operates from a space of lack, and it will consistently use vanity, exterior success, and time as ways of convincing you that things are going to go wrong. So, if anxiety, concern, and overwhelm are impacting your mindset at this time, know that they are simply your ego talking, and you can disconnect from these limiting beliefs. Opportunities are moving toward you, but you have to be willing to see them. So here's the affirmation that goes with this. I am willing to see things differently. So very interesting. So shift your perspective and be willing to see things differently. Very interesting. I'm curious how many of you resonate with that card, because it can be quite powerful, changing your perspective. Wow, Victoria. Love hearing that feedback. Welcome, Leslie. I hope it helped Victoria. So I've got my trusty book for show number 137. Wonderful. Yes, Mary, you've done some big shifts on your perspective. So I'm very proud of you. Yes. So I've got my book. Who wants me to work on you? Let me know what you would like to work on? Wonderful, Victoria. That's highly important. So I've got 3 little critters here. We got Rudy right here, Dexter right here under the blanket, and Duncan right here. Everybody's sleeping. Okay, so we've got our first person. Robin wants to work on resentment. Sissy wants to work on procrastination. I think I need to work on that too. I had to email my accountant and say, can I have an extension? And they're like, sure. Yeah, there's no reason why I needed to do that, but oh well. All right, Mary. Yes, you should be happy about being happy, not guilty. All right. Anne Marie, addictions. Victoria, open to sharing love. That's a nice one, Victoria. All right. I don't think I missed anybody. So I've got Robin, Sissy, Mary, Anne Marie, and Victoria. If I missed anyone, if you could write it in the comments. So let me see what tools I'm going to use. I'm going to use that one. Let's see what else. Okay, got my 2. Oh, not good, Misty. So I hope you're using the healing pulse for that. I'm adding Misty to the list for anxiety. All right, Robin is next. We're going to work on resentment. Part of your resentment, Robin, is guilt. So Leslie, adding to the list, not to be fearful. I think that's a fabulous one for you. Let me get an age for you, Robin, though. Around age 16, Robin, guilt. So somewhere 15, 16, 17, somewhere in there. All right, so that released. Sissy is next, and Sissy wants to work on procrastination. I just need to check a setting on. So we'll see if that works. This is a setting I checked before I went live, of course, and it did not stay. There it is. I will answer your question right before the next healing pulse, Sissy. Wow, Marina. Yeah, let's get rid of that whisper in your head. We can definitely work on that, Marina. I'm so glad you were paying attention and told me about it. I think that's one of those group ones too that has come up. No worries, Sissy. When we do the next healing pulse, we will talk about where procrastination lives within you. Okay. But let's see, because I'm getting there's a trapped emotion. Exactly, Sissy. Marina is not a loser. So that's why we have to get rid of that little voice in her head. So is that like a childhood memory, Marina, that you're hearing? Sorrow, Sissy. Somehow that's playing a role in procrastination. Let me get an age on this for you. 18. So, as I've said in the past, ages are the hardest thing. So, somewhere 17, 18, 19, there was an event that there was a lot of sorrow around. But let's release that. So, that did release. Mary is next. Mary wants to work on being guilty when she feels an abundance of happiness. So we definitely need to get rid of that because you should just be able to enjoy when you're happy because it doesn't always happen. And I'm getting the word separation, Mary. Let me. Oh. Yeah, there's something that's playing a role in procrastination, Sissy. But I'm getting a hit on yes, that is sorrow is connected to procrastination. Did everyone else lose the feed too, or is it just Sissy and Robin? Usually my screen flickers when it is an issue on my part. And I didn't see my screen flicker, but okay. Mary, separation. Let me get an age. 39. Because if it was my screen, typically everyone flickers. Good, Victoria. I'm glad you were able to stand up to those words. All right, so Mary, separation, somewhere around 39. So 38, 39, 40, somewhere in there. That's playing a role in the guilt. So I don't know if that was a time when you were happy and somebody guilted you about it. So Sissy's got a little sad face. Definitely a sad face because of the sorrow of your dad's passing. But what if releasing that trapped emotion, because a trapped emotion means you feel that emotion more strongly than you probably should. And it could really affect your life in a negative way. So releasing that brings you more to a neutral level. It doesn't mean your sorrow isn't valid. But a lot of these trapped emotions are sort of over the top too much. So it brings the emotion more to a regular, normal level, like guilt, sorrow, separation. Yes, Mary, think about that. Anne Marie wants to work on addictions, so let's see what is helpful for her. And it's the word sluggish. Let's get an age and see if that makes any sense. Yes. So you've been carrying that with you for a long time, Sissy. So when you lose other things, whether it be, other things in your life, whether it be people, pets, or even like if you something that makes you sad, like say you quit a job that you've had a long time that you really liked, but you just needed a change, so you quit. You might feel an overabundance of sorrow because you have this trapped emotion. It makes you more sensitive. And so for 40 years, maybe people around you think you are too sensitive, especially when it comes to sorrow and loss. That's why some of these trapped emotions, just releasing a single one can be just really powerful when it comes to healing. I never know. And sometimes it doesn't really affect much of anything. But there's always a huge potential. "38, Anne Marie. Sluggish. So is there anything going on around that time that would have tied to addictions? And sometimes they don't tie. Sometimes it just plays a role. So let's get rid of sluggish, Anne Marie. I hope that helps, Sissy. Because being extra sad and sensitive for loss, that's hard. That's really hard because, we all can't live forever. Yes, Victoria, most definitely. And Victoria, you are next. Victoria wants to be open to sharing love. So let's see what we can do with that. You are welcome, Sissy. All right. I don't know if this has ever come up, but it says the word insanity, Victoria. Let me get an age. 12, Victoria. So somewhere 11, 12, 13. And this actually wasn't you, but it was someone around you. And so that was quite a not positive experience for you. So let's get rid of that. All right, so I'm checking back in with Mary because Mary she's got guilt about level of happiness and then separation. I'm getting, Mary, you're pretty much right on with that event. So this does have to do with your daughter being sick and not spending as much time with your son too. So I imagine at those times when you were happy, especially if your son or daughter weren't there, there was a level of guilt. So I hope this enables you to really enjoy when you've got a happy moment, to be able to feel it and embrace it and allow it instead of feeling guilty. All right, so Misty wants to work on anxiety And when we finish with this, we will be doing a healing pulse. All right, so let's see what I'm going to do with Misty. Thank you, Victoria, for that feedback. Mary, too. Oh, I'm so sorry, Anne-Marie, but I'm really glad that we released it because I'm hoping it helps. And it helps me when you guys tell me that I was accurate in my interpretation and or age. So Misty, I'm getting the word sickly. Let me get an age. I'm getting sickly around age 7. Was that you? So let's get rid of this because somehow that's tied together with the anxiety. I am getting there's more layers to your anxiety, but this should help. So I did release. Let me know if that makes sense, Misty. So we're going to talk about the healing pulse because Sissy asked about procrastination, but I also use anxiety pretty regular as an example in the healing pulse. So anxiety is more of a feeling and a sensation, and especially when you are really anxious, it lives somewhere in your body. With me, most of the time, if I'm super anxious, I feel a little nauseous, a little queasy, so it lives like in the pit of my stomach. You know, other people, maybe they get tight chest, or say they're doing public speaking and they're super nervous and anxious. You know, maybe they get a dry mouth. Maybe the thoughts just leave their head. So think about when you are feeling super anxious, where does that live within you? Because that's where you're going to want to send the healing pulse. Now, Sissy, when you are doing your darndest to avoid something, say you're supposed to do your taxes like me, or clearing, you need to clean something, or so when you are avoiding it, is it your thoughts that are saying do this instead, or is your body creating like a tiredness or a weariness? Where is that? So for all of you who are dealing with more emotional things, think about where that lives. Or if you've got multiple places, just pick a spot, because the energy will eventually go to where it needs to go. And if I say you don't have to have a place, like sometimes I'll just send to my heart and imagine that it's spreading out. So like when I'm super tired and I get to the point where I'm just exhausted, I feel physically sick. And so that's where, when I'm really tired, that nauseousness, that's where I send my energy to. So when you're super tired, Sissy, where do you send that energy? So let's get started. So rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And so like Victoria, if you are working on mental fog, I would think that would probably live here. Although keep in mind the heart also has a brain too, because there is some things that happen in your heart that not a lot of doctors talk about. It's more of a metaphysical thing. So, but I would suggest starting with the mental fog with your brain, and then doing the brain balancing exercise that we did last week. doing that on a regular basis. So when your hands get warm, place your hands exactly where you want to receive the healing energy. Imagine my hands on you, on your hands. And so you are getting your own healing frequencies plus mine. And so then just be open and allowing the healing to flow. Bring that into your awareness, into your body. With each breath in, imagine the healing going a little further, a little deeper. You're allowing the healing to happen because you are helping to guide it. Just breathe it in and allow. Open and allowing. Okay, so that was our second healing pulse of the night. If you enjoy the healing pulse on YouTube, and I think on my Facebook videos too, I've got a separate video that just is about the healing pulse, and there's multiple pulses in it. So if that helps you, go out and find that video. Or in private sessions, the healing pulse is something that we pretty much do on a regular basis, along with other things. In a private session, there are many more tools that I use that typically there's not time for on a Thursday night session. Things like dealing with positive and negative emotions and beliefs. And I've got a reference that has like over 1,000, and it's arranged by chakras. I also do some entity removals. Sometimes when people go to hospitals, bars, funeral homes, there are entities hanging out in those places because especially when you are extra emotional, or like in a bar where people get incapacitated, it is easy for entities to walk in to people. And entities, I never used to believe that they were real, but they are so real, sadly. So if you want a private session, just let me know. Or if you want to talk about it first, I do free 15-minute consultations, although usually it goes much longer than 15 minutes. And we'll just chat about my services, how I do it, and what your issues are, and if I think that I can possibly help you. So next we are going on. I've got 2 more people on the list. Oh, good, Emery. I'm so glad. Next, we've got Leslie. Leslie wants to work on not being fearful. So let's see what can help her with that. Okay, I just need to get an age. Oh, wow, Victoria. That's terrible. Were you outside, or did you trip and fall on your house? For those of you who don't know, Victoria is sort of a neighbor. She lives pretty close to my neighborhood. So lots of ice and horrible weather. All right, so Leslie, I just need to get age for you. So age 43, Leslie, spiritual suicide. So that doesn't come up very often. But when it does, it typically means that something really serious happened around that time and you probably spent some time thinking about not being here. So I'm glad you got past it, but the energy of that time has stayed with you and it's contributing to your fears. So let's get rid of this, okay? So I am getting that released and the voids have been filled. All right. So, Marina heard a little voice in her head that told her she was a loser, which is so not true. But sometimes when you are young and hear that, oh, wow, Victoria, that's terrible. My dad had something similar. He fell in his bathroom. Um, he they had put him on new meds and there was a conflict. So, all right. So with Marina, how am I going to do this? So we're going to remove I am a loser from Marina, and we are going to use that as a negative belief for the group. So I'm going to release it from Marina. I'm going to release it from the group. I'm going to see how many in the group have this. Okay, 45% in the group have this. I'll release that too. All right, so then, since this was Marina's individual issue, we are going to instill it with a positive belief. So what I do is I think about what's the opposite. So what's the opposite of loser? And it's I am a winner. What do you think, Marina? All right, so I'm going to take this. He is okay. Luckily, they did the CAT scan and all those other types of tests. They had kept him overnight for observation. And once the drug got out of his system, he was fine. But it could have been terrible. All right, so I'm going to instill in Marina, I'm a winner, because we took out I am a loser. So sending that now to Marina. And then if there's no one else that comes in and has an issue, we're going to continue to work on negative beliefs because I'm getting that there are 3 more. Okay, so we've got that instilled in Marina. So I'm hoping that little voice goes away because it's not true. I'm going to do one other thing with that, just because this type of conversation doesn't often come up on a Thursday night, but there is one more thing I want to do. So I'm getting this is from age 11, Marina. I'm just going to see if there's any remnants from around that age. Okay, that should make it easier so it doesn't come back. Okay, all right. Let's see what comes up for the group negative beliefs. All right, the next one is I can't fix it. Let's see how many of you believe this. And this is more of like a self-belief. 40%. So 40% of people here or who watch the video on replay have that. I am no good. There's a song about that, isn't there? But I don't think it's considered quite as negative as this statement. "65% have I am no good at some point." All right, one more. I am flawed. And with this, so this is something that I appreciate in myself, that I am flawed, because I've tried to be perfect. It is so stressful and not worth it. So I have embraced that I am flawed. But for those of you who were raised that you need to be perfect, this is a problem. So let's get rid of this for you. So let's see how many of you have this. I am flawed, and that it's a negative, really bad thing. "75%. So let's get rid of that. At least I'm removing that I am flawed is a negative thing. Okay, so that released. And we are due for our next healing pulse. So if you don't have a place that you want to receive the healing pulse energy, pick somewhere new. So I know sometimes I've told you to focus on like your third eye. What if you have trouble speaking your truth? What if you sent energy to your throat chakra? Wow, Victoria. Very good of you. So rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours, and then you are open and allowing the energy to flow. Just breathe it in and be open and allowing. For those of you who experience greater healing, greater feeling when you pull in breath work, do your favorite breath or try the box breath, where you count to 4 as you're breathing in, and you hold it for 4, and then you breathe out for 4, and you hold it for 4. Open and allowing those energies to flow. Okay, so that was Healing Pulse number 3. And so next, we are going to do positive emotions. So this is where we instill positive emotions within you. And so to get started, you're going to pick a positive word that you want to instill, and I will add 2 positive emotions to go with. And then I'm also going to look and see what I've got for my oracle cards, because I can't do it the same every single week. So I'm just going to see what I pulled. All right, so Sissy, her word is great. I like that. Victoria's happy. That's nice too. All right. Mary's got happy too. I think, Mary, that's a good one for you too, especially with what we worked on individually. Robin wants peaceful. That is very nice. Ooh, Anne Marie, serene. I like that one too. Okay, so I'm going to start. And if you have not posted, I've got Sissy, Victoria, Mary, Robin, and Anne Marie. Just put it in the comments. I'm going to get started with Sissy. Sissy chose the word great. And so I'm going to go 2 that go with that. All right, so Sissy, you chose great and the words trusting and prepared come up. I sort of like that combination. Makes me wonder what you're preparing for. So I'm going to reinforce all 3 of those. Very nice. Victoria, we're reinforcing happy. Thank you guys for the likes. All right, Marina, we're going to add full as far as eating goes, like satisfied. All right, so Victoria, happy. Switch pages. All right, Victoria, it's a little odd combination, but it's still positive. So it's happy. So that's Victoria's word. It's flexible, which I like that too. And judicious. All right, Marina. So I'm going to change full to satisfied. So happy, flexible, and judicious, Victoria. Okay, I'm getting that reinforced. All right, so Mary, also, her word is happy. So let's see. One more word for Mary. Happy, united, and unselfish. Interesting combination, but I like that, Mary. Because you being happy is unselfish, right? Okay, Robin wants to reinforce peaceful. I like that thought. You are welcome, Mary. All right, Robin. Peaceful, but also focused and invigorated. So it's like, So being peaceful can invigorate you and be help your focus. I like that. All right, Anne Marie wants serene. I like that too. That goes well with peaceful. All right, Anne Marie. Serene, infatuated, and adored. Wow, is there something you need to tell us? I like that. Reinforcing. So serene, infatuated, and adored. That's pretty cool. All right. Marina. Marina wants satisfied. And let's see what goes good with that. You are welcome, Victoria. All right, so Marina, your words for tonight are satisfied, unique, and open. Very cool. So reinforcing those. Thanks for stopping by, Sissy. Have a good night. Okay, so I think I got everyone on my list. So any words that you were like, wow, that's a good one for me. So here are all the words that we got, including the ones that you added personally. Great, trusting, prepared, happy, flexible, judicious, happy, united, unselfish, peaceful, focused, invigorated, serene, infatuated, adored, satisfied, unique, and open. Nice. So we're going to do the aura strengthening. And then if you stick around, I will be pulling oracle cards. So with the aura strengthening, the best part about it is it helps repel negativity and it just makes you feel a little bit more protected and less apt to feel others' negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative energies. And so with this, you can use your own energies, which I highly encourage you to work with. Or if you want to add the healing pulse in, basically you just do it like we do the healing pulse energies. It's all about intention. So I want you to rub your hands together until they're warm. If you're only using your energies, you just focus on your energies, okay? And then I want you to start sending the energy to your aura. So imagine that exterior sort of bubble around you is getting thicker, wider, more protective, stronger. And as you're doing this, what do you want inside your bubble? Unconditional love, self-belief. What about divine healing energy? What do you want in your bubble? So think about that. Or do you want to focus on something else like confidence or any of the other ones that we've put? on the list here. So just breathe out and imagine that aura getting stronger and stronger. And at the same time, filling up that area. Okay. That is tonight's mini healing. So thank you for coming. Let me know if you are interested in a session. I'm probably getting a little busier with a little less openings. I actually picked up a part-time job. Much to my sadness and dismay, they offered it to me and I decided I needed to take it because I've got more training I need to do. And training has gotten really super expensive. So yes. Nice, Victoria. I really like that. That's perfect. So I have 4 decks of cards. Let me know 1, 2, 3, or 4 if you want me to pull a card for you. You guys are so quiet. All right, so Marina is number 2. Victoria's 2. You are very welcome, Anne-Marie. Mary is 2. It's a 2 kind of night, I guess. That's cool. Oh, and I missed Misty's a 3. Every once in a while the screen jumps and I don't see it at the top. So let's see. So I got Misty, Marina, Victoria, Mary. Anne-Marie wants 4. All right, so I'm going to get started. Let's see. Okay. All right, so the number 2 that many have chosen is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Doreen Virtue, which, yeah, I have a lot of her decks. I sort of wish I didn't. She's sort of turned into a crazy person. Oh, yes, Victoria. You definitely need to do that. That's been a while since you've won that. Did I send you, there's links, a link that I send you that you need to do some prep work on? Did I ever send you that? I probably should, because it's been quite a while. Yeah, my regressions that I've been doing lately have been amazing. And I just finished, I took a hypnosis class out of a school in California that made me feel even better about hypnosis and ways of helping people connect. And this was more of a traditional hypnosis, although we did do a 6-hour section on regressions, but I learned through the regression part that they did that my training that I received through my 2 certifications was much better than theirs. But They taught a lot more about traditional hypnosis, dealing with relaxation, um, addictions, um, pain relief, things like that. But yeah, so I'll have to send you. So I'll send you an email with that, because there's some prep work that I'd like you to sort of look at things, and then there is an interview that usually goes an hour to an hour and a half, and then the actual hypnosis session itself usually goes a couple hours. So it's definitely a time investment, but we'll do the interview portion separate, so it's not like an all-day thing. All right, so I'm getting closer to picking a card for Marina. Ooh. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow, Marina. Okay, let me just find it in the book. You are welcome, Victoria. Thank you for reminding me. I don't, especially when people win stuff, I don't often go back and track them down because I figure they must not be interested. This was a while ago, back when I was doing, I had a commercial space, and there was this professional women's network. It was like a networking group that we met once a month for lunch, and they had a speaker, and you could bring door prizes. So, and there was sometimes like 60 to 80 women here. And this same woman won twice in 6 months. And the second time she won, she left it sitting on the table. And I thought, wow, that's a message from the universe that's trying to tell you, lady, you need this. I mean, to have that many people there, and she totally just blew it off. So sort of sad. But anyways, back on topic. So this is Marina's card. It is called Butterfly Maiden, which is a transformation card. It says you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So Marina, I'm hoping this is true because that seems like a really cool card. So as you go through this period of change, it is natural for you to wonder if your future is safe. I'm here to assure you that you're part of nature's cycles, birth, death, and rebirth. To bring in your desired newness, you must first allow old parts of your life to fall away. These changes are to be celebrated, not feared. Give thanks for this shedding of the old. Embrace all of the lessons it has brought and let it go. Be giddy with this excitement at the newness of the gifts that are now being bestowed upon you, and let their magic surprise and delight you. So, and then let me just see. Then it's got various meanings. So it says, don't be concerned about endings as they're bringing in the new for you. And so with the various meanings, sometimes it doesn't mean every single thing, but there will be some key things that it means. So your prayers have been answered with this change. Let go of the old. Don't worry about these changes. They're truly for the best. So the butterfly native is a Hopi Native American Kachina, which is a spirit who ensures that crops yield healthy and bountiful harvests. She's a springtime goddess who helps us escape from any cocoon situation that's trapping us or impeding our growth or joy. So if you're feeling stuck, she's a wonderful goddess to call upon during the emerging process. She'll also guide you through life transitions and help you spread your wings. So this is actually the first time I have really paid attention to this card. What a really nice card for you, Marina. I hope that this brings everything that you're looking for to you. And so next, we've got Victoria, who is also going to get the goddess guidance. Very exciting. Ooh. Wow, and 2 fell out. One, I'm not quite sure how to say it. So, all right. Let's just see. All right, so the first one, this is Lakshmi. She is a Hindu goddess. Every once in a while, she comes to me. She's amazing. And so with this, it says bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. So this is a kind universe, and everyone within is working in your favor. There are no tests, blocks, or obstacles in your way except your own projections of fear into your future. Take a moment and hush your mind, quieting it from worries and fears. Feel me brush your brow with a new energy of faith, hope, and optimism. These energies fuel your exciting present time, as well as all future moments. Why would you wish darkness upon yourself when light shines all around you? Step into this brightness by lightening your thoughts and feelings. So you must stop worrying, as this anxiety squelches the goodness that seeks to find you. Clear your heart of fear. Replace those energies with ones that will serve you and your family instead. Refuse to think of anything except your bright today and tomorrow. I promise you that it shall be so. So, various meanings of this. You and your loved ones will be protected and provided for. Let go of any bag lady fears about your future. Hold positive thoughts and intentions. Know that you'll always have your needs met now and in the future. Don't worry about money, but instead visualize abundance. Very nice. So that was Lakshmi. And then this next one. This is Una. And it's easy does it. So there is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So nurturing a cause or relationship is a long-term commitment and one that can't be rushed. This level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much that I'm willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me, it's the only way to ensure the matters are resolved and healed. I listen to the passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action to let my loved ones know that I deeply care about them. I take action to spur on my pet causes. Never mind what other people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you take time for relationships and projects that truly count in your heart. Do what's important to you and do it with absolute devotion. But remember that there's no competition for your true life's purpose. So there's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you have to force things to happen. So this, Una, is a Celtic goddess, and who's married to and this is some very Irish names, to an Irish leader whose name is Fionn Barr. So very nice. So various meanings of this. Don't worry about your purpose or goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow, steady progress is best now. Ease into your new life instead of rushing into it. Do your new work as a part-time venture to begin with while slowly exiting your old career. Very nice. All right. So Mary. Good night, Marina. Have a good night. All right. So next, Mary is also doing the Goddess Guidance cards. So let's see what comes up for her. And if anyone else has come in and wants me to pull a card, just put the number 1 through 4. Pick a number in the comments. Ooh. Wow. All right, so Mary, you got the same card as one of Victoria's. But knowing what I do about you, I think it fits. So you got Una, the Celtic goddess. So I'm going to read this for Mary now. Dara, just I will put you on the list for number 1. All right, so the message from Una. Nurturing a cause or relationship is a long-term commitment and one that can't be rushed. This level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much I'm willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me it's the only way to ensure that matters are resolved and healed. I listen to the passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action to my loved ones that I care about them deeply. I take action to spur on my pet causes. Never mind what other people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you make time for the relationships and projects that truly count in your heart. Do what's important to you and do it with devotion. But remember that no competition for your true life's purpose, so there's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you need to force things to happen. All right, so additional meanings. Don't worry about your purpose or goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow, steady progress is best. Ease into your new life instead of rushing into it. Do your new work as a part-time venture to begin with while slowly exiting your old career. So with this, the Celtic goddess Una, her and her clan were some of the original inhabitants of Ireland. And when the Gaels invaded their land, the Tuathas didn't run or fight back. Instead, they transformed themselves into leprechauns. Their ingenious solution allowed them to stay in Ireland in peace. Call upon Una for help with your own transitions, and she'll guide you in creative and magical ways. So Mary and Victoria, both of you had this card. That's pretty cool. Good night, Robin. Thank you. All right, so I'm writing down Dara as number 1. All right, so Misty, you had deck number 3. So let me put this back. And deck number 3 is the Archangel Michael cards. And this is called the Sword of Light Oracle cards. Yes, it definitely sounded like a good card for you, Mary. All right, so Misty. We're going to see what comes up for Misty. Very exciting with all the changes going on. So you too will have to compare notes and remind each other to be slow and steady. Good night, Victorious. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you next week. I'll email you that link. So we're going to Misty now, and I've got Anne Marie and then Dara. Okay. Oh, this is a cool one. All right, let me just find it in the book. I think you will like this one, Misty. All right, so it says, you will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. So very cool. So you have big plans and amazing goals. I know it might seem like there's just no way you can make it all work out, but that's not true. Your guardian angels and I are actively working to bring you all the resources necessary to move forward with your magical life purpose. We are arranging for you to meet all the right people, to find the physical space you may be in search of, and to provide for any financial needs during this time. We are also working to make sure you have the emotional and spiritual support of friends, family, and new people who will come into your life because of your life purpose. Have faith and keep moving. Everything you need is coming to you. Remember, gratitude fuels the universe. Fill your spiritual tank with thankfulness every day, and you will go far. Very cool. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to write this down, and then Anne Marie. Okay, so with Anne Marie, I threw in a tarot deck. And because I'm starting to do more tarot, and it's called Sun and Moon Tarot. So we'll see what happens. Oh. All right, so let's see. And I don't know all the meanings because there are like lots of cards. So I have multiple books. Let's see. Actually, where's my other thing? All right. So, but I've got books too. So let's see what comes up. So it's the 10 of Swords, Anne Marie, if that means anything to you. So I'm going to check my little book, and then I'll check the big book and see the differences. So this is, oh, it says ruin. but it was reversed. So when it's reversed, usually it's opposite. So here is, so it's the opposite. So initially it starts with mental problems and despair. So it's opposite. So mental problems. So strong mental health and being optimistic. Fear of romantic or financial devastation. So again, a reversal is an opposite. So I would take that to mean looking forward to romantic or financial opportunities. Let me see what this one says. Only this one doesn't. A lot of my books don't have much information about reversals. So let's see. Actually, Anne-Marie, I've got another place that has reversals, but I don't have it handy. So I think, or is it here? Let me just see. If I don't have it handy, I'll message you what the reversal comes up as, okay? Because this just isn't helpful with reversals, okay? So Anne-Marie, I'm going to get back to you on that. But this is the card. So it says ruin at the top. It was flipped. It was reversed. But it's got 10 swords, and it's got a person in the clouds, but they're sort of pinned there. So I will get back to you. I'll message you through Facebook Messenger, Anne-Marie, okay? And then next, I've got Dara. And Dara, the deck that goes with number 1 is my favorite healing deck. And it's Whispers of Healing. Yes, so let me get back to you, Anne-Marie, on that. All right, so let's see what comes up for Dara. Hope to see everybody next Thursday. They're sort of bigger, so it's a little harder to, because I like to flip through them until one just falls out. So these are a little harder to have one fall out. Nice. So these are some of the prettiest cards. So the card that came up for you, Dara, is called Nurture. Let's see. So with this, it's a little easier to interpret this by looking at the pictures, but sometimes, like yours has a fish on it, and then there's some, I don't know if it's lily pads, and it looks like bird wings, but yet there's also like a mermaid tail almost. So there's lots of meanings that I'm not really sure how to interpret. So here is the card for you, Dara. No matter what is going on in your being, it is vital to nourish and nurture yourself. This may mean learning how to listen to your needs, This card is asking you to balance the attention you give to the people and situations around you with the attention you give to yourself. This balance will help you make healthier choices for yourself. Do something daily that is just for you. The way you choose to nurture yourself will be unique to you. You may feel the urge to exercise, to take a long bath, to have a massage, or to curl up under a favorite blanket. You might choose to go to sleep at an earlier time. The most important aspect of self-nurturing is giving yourself permission to make healthful choices. Maintaining a daily flow of self-nourishment will help you in many ways. Once a nurturing practice is in place, your energy levels will be higher and more consistent. This will lead to better decision making. So I'm going to put it a little closer so the Mer Angel hugs herself. Her posture indicates the need to strengthen the relationship with herself. Her wings encourage you to access your environment and find the information that will best support you. Try to place your own well-being at the forefront of your life. Make decisions in accordance with your personal needs. Nurture yourself to address the depletion you might be feeling. This card suggests you've been pushing yourself and need some self-care. So Dara, I hope that was helpful. And I invite you to stop back next Thursday, 7 Central. We do individual and group healing. And then I've been pulling cards for people too. And it's been an interesting experience pulling cards. So on that note, I hope everyone had a good evening. And thank you for coming. I hope to see people next week. Have a good week and weekend. Bye.